Hey, it's Random Pop Culture News Freak here once again, aka Mr. Mainly over any guys with wrestling interest and non-interest or just channel. I mean, on my social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Minds, Brighteon, BShoot, Reddit, Odyssey, GitHub, just in case my channel gets shut down, terminated, deleted, shadow banned, what have you, hacked or DDoS, God forbid. Anyways, without further ado on that, just jump into this. And good news is, great, perfect news, thank God. I know these dudes are getting way, way up there in age, unfortunately, so it's only a matter of time before, sadly, a few more years from now, hopefully it's 40 or 50 years, but I doubt it. It's probably just going to be like, at the most, 13 to 15 years, but at the least, 2 to 5 years, sadly. You know, it's going to happen to us all eventually, and now death is going to come for us one way or another. Just hope to God for me, it's old age. I mean, no other crazy freak accident or getting lit up or God forbid I'm shanked or any of that shit or any crazy accident. If I die like that, that would suck. I just hope it's old age and peaceful too. But Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, you know, those dudes are like 83, 85 years old, man. These dudes are like almost already fossils already at this point, but extremely super overpopularized. Badass, awesome actor fossil dudes, man. Like, they're still doing their things in movies, man. It's wild. Still acting after all these years. I grew up watching a shit ton of their movies at that time. I think I watched a lot more Robert De Niro movies compared to Al Pacino, but I still have a shitload of massive old school nostalgia respect for that dude as well, for Al Pacino. I mean, he made two of my freaking favorite movies all times that he created was Scarface movie and what was the other one? One at Keanu Reeves. Those were the first two movies I saw of Al Pacino. Devil's Advocate. Anyways, I usually don't really talk that much, but I talk a lot about celebrity gossip news nowadays since the beginning of this year, especially late last year. But luckily he's still breathing, he's still alive, he's still well. But I looked on Wikipedia, he had like 4 or 5 like wives already, man. I guess his longest one lasted for 11.5 years. And this is you're seeing it on the screen, and it's crazy. But then again, this is typical Hollywood. Hollywood does this shit all the freaking time, so fortunately, it doesn't surprise me. So there's that. So it says Al Pacino 83, expecting his 4th child with a 29-year-old girlfriend. Her name's Noah, by the way, too. So it says it's from Independent originally, but I'm reading it from super ancient old school museum site AOL.com. There's another one from Slate. I've read from Slate a few times before in the past. So the original journalist or whoever interviewed was Pinyan Hiwari. So I got a credit card zoo. I'm just gonna call Pinyan. Or maybe Penny, I don't know if it's Pinyan. She's probably Filipino or something. So, let's jump into it. Al Pacino's expecting his 4th kid with his girlfriend, Noah Alfala. Al Pacino's publicist, Mr. Stan Rosenfield, verified the news published by TMZ, of course, said that there will be no statement at this time. The baby will be Pacino's 44th child. I said 44th child. 4th child. He had 33 daughters, and his 33-year-old daughter, Julie Marie, with acting coach Jan Harrett at 22 years old, and twins Anton Olivia with actor Beverly D'Angelo. And I remember seeing this one. I was reading the Wikipedia for him. It's that 33 symbol. In my personal opinion, it's some numerology, freemason, New World Order, illuminati, beilderberg, rockerfeller, roschilds symbol, 33. So that's telling me something there. I don't know. Scary shit. It's like 666 to me. What's fun? Not gonna get into any of that. Pacino and Alfala reportedly began dating last year. She described herself as a, quote, an encounter on her Instagram profile page. Her IMDb page notes that she was a producer on 2 movies currently in post-production, including Pacino's forthcoming project, Billy Knights. The 83-year-old is Scarface star and Alfala. So I guess she's Arab, Middle Eastern, Muslim, or Jewish, maybe, I don't know. 29 was first publicly seen together having dinner in April 2022. According to Page 6 report from last year, the couple could have been quietly dating ever since the pandemic scandemic fake, not real virus thing happened. She recently shared a photo with the actor on her Instagram page. The Independent has contacted Pacino's representative for comment. The news comes after Pacino's regular co-star Robert De Niro announced the birth of his 7th kid. Oh my god. How the hell these two old behemoths still have kids? Are they putting their sperm bank in like an actual I don't know, hospital, secret underground hospital somewhere, and they're giving it to these scientists that they, pay millions and millions of dollars for so they can keep it secret, and maybe they're keeping all their old viejito, old grandfather sperm that's probably not going to work anymore. Either in their 20s, 30s, or maybe 40s it would have worked, but they're like in their mid 80s, man. Their sperm, I highly doubt, is going to impregnate that woman. They're probably going to like shoot it up to her veins or something, or her freaking arm, or her belly, and then she gets pregnant like that. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking of how they're going to do it. So also goes on to say, in an interview with Easy Cannon, the 79-year-old opened up about parenthood while promoting about this film about my father. Oh, so this is 4.5 years ago when he talked about it. Once it goes on to say, there goes a picture of there. I'm assuming this is the Noah chick. Okay, yeah, she's a cute bitch. Real beautiful chick there. In other news, Pacino, saw Pacino himself. And during an event in New York City last month, the actor teasingly took credit for Harrison Ford's illustrious career. Al Pacino revealed he had originally been offered Ford's role in the Star Wars franchise, and I guess Pacino talking here. When I first came up, I was a new kid on the block. You know what happens when you first become famous. Pacino told the audience, according to Variety, is told to give it to Al. They'd like they give me Queen Elizabeth to play. I guess this was the latest picture he took with his fiance girlfriend chick. It's probably gonna be his wife pretty soon, but probably not gonna last that long. But let's move on. Pacino said he was given a script called Star Wars and been given so much money. He explains, they quote, he read it, but he didn't understand it. So it says, quote, so I said I couldn't do it. Pacino said I turned down Star Wars. What? He then joked, I gave Harrison Ford. He was going to play one of the freaking roles for Star Wars? Oh, I would love to see it. Now, I know, like, for so many years, that dude, like, Harrison Ford was always, what was his name, Han Solo for a super long-ass time. Imagine if we lived in another different multiverse where it was Al Pacino, that was a younger version of Al Pacino playing Harrison Ford's career, and then Harrison Ford would have, if he would have did, like, Han Solo and Indiana Jones's role in those two movies, that would have been crazy mind-blowing to think about that shit. Maybe in another multiverse somewhere, in another place beyond our dimension where it's Light Planet, maybe he's the one that's the main character of those movies, or was at that time. And now it's, instead of like Harrison Ford, you never know. It says, Pacino's documentary, Al Pacino, La Bronx et la Furaria, however you say that, was released in 2022. It was directed by Gene, I'm probably going to butcher the show, I was saying, Baptismi Periettia, and it features Stephen Bauer, Marlon Brando, and John Calazans as Francis Ford Coppola, among others. And there's got to be some French or Italian stuff there. More than likely it's Italian, because that's what Al Pacino is. So yeah, that's crazy knowing that he could have been freaking, what's his name? He could have been Harrison Ford's freaking character. That's insane to believe that, but yeah, I'm going to get to thoughts, views, and opinions at the end of the video if you guys want to stick around. So it says, men have biological clocks too. This was from Slate.com. So I'm going to read only half this article. You guys can read the rest on your own personal time, because this will be like a 40-50 minute video if I read the whole entire thing. So it comes from Shannon Paulus from Slate. This one's a little bit more recent. I think they're about the same time. Recent research showed an advanced parental aging tells us a lot about the challenges faced by dads like Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. And you know, it's crazy, when I was reading on the Wikipedia for Al Pacino, the last movie he was in was House of Gucci, which I didn't know that, because I thought it was Jared Leto and that other chick, which I haven't been a fan of since I was like 17, 18, 19 years old, my late teens, before I woke up to the truth how evil and satanic movies and music and Hollywood and music artists especially more are way more extra fricked in the head, more than the actors are. And some of them they're probably effed in the head badly too, but not as crazy about music compared to movies, but it depends on what genre category it is. Then I'll be hyped about it. I didn't know he was in a House of Gucci movie. The last time I saw him in the movie was The Irishman in 2019 with Joe Pesci and Robert De Niro. So let's get into it. So this is meet the very old parents of Robert De Niro, 79, welcome baby. His recent girlfriend Al Pacino is on 83, confirmed. Okay. People who produce sperm know how the biological clocks are ticking too. It's not as rapid or as loud as they are for the rest of us. Yes, it's much easier for men to have kids later in life than a woman, and there are plenty of tales of the dads fathering kids into, I'm probably going to butcher this name, septuagenarian, Aryan, and even non-Aryan years, aging Aryan years. But though male fertility doesn't come to a menopausal halt the way female fertility does, it still declines within age. Even for men, that it does have strong swimmers later in life, as the TMZ headlines quote about Robert De Niro's baby news puts it in there. There can only be other pregnancy complications that they need to watch over for, experts say. Now, I'm not a scientist or any of that stuff, so I wouldn't know anything about that. So, this is the news here. It's quote, there's been extensive research regarding fertility and camaraderies in the aging mother. Relatively few studies have explored similar reproduction factors in aging men. But researchers at Rutgers, in a paper published in 2019, reviewed the literature risk associated with fathering kids as an older dad. This is a concern because the older dad trends is not just about extreme causes involving celebrities. The ages at which men became fathers have ticked upward, the author explains, with more kids being born to fathers of advanced parental age. They were a few decades ago. APA clearly defined, but it's rightfully at the young age of 40. Al Pacino and Robert De Niro clearly fit it. This word. Well, I'm just going to call them nutsacks. What nutsacks do produce sperm throughout the male's lifetime, and male sperm can more genetically have mutations as time goes on. Basically, all the cells in our body are adversely affected by aging. Gloria Bachman says, who was co-author in 2019 paper, I already read that. Sperm are no exception. Older man sperm can lead to pregnancy issues. Bachman and her co-authors reported ranging from, I don't even know how to say that word, I'm just going to skip it, something testimony, diabetes to preterm birth. Furthermore, a 2020 review suggests that the APA is associated with these miscarriages. Oh, that's really, really bad. I know somebody personally that went through that, and my heart broke for them badly because this is one of my best friends when I was a junior, senior in high school. And it's sad because it was teenage birth, and I can't get into that. It was extremely sad. I cried like a baby for him for like 2 months, and I didn't even have nothing to do with it. It's the crazier part. It's my friends, good whatever, but let's move on. Paper published on this May that looked at the data from nearly 18 million births found in the men over the age of 44 were more likely to father kids with congenital abnormalities, i.e. birth defects. There is, of course, a huge downside of having kids much more later in life. Even rich people cannot live forever, and Al Pacino and Robert De Niro may well miss their kids growing up. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. When they're 75, 80 plus years old and they're getting with some chick that's literally young enough to be their daughter or granddaughter, which is insanely crazy. And some people call that gross and disgusting, but it's Hollywood. I'm not surprised they're doing that shit. I mean, I think 2, 3, 4,000 years ago they did that in probably Rome all the time too, because that was the original old school New York City there, I guess, or Babylon. But anyways, overall thoughts, views, and opinions. I'm surprised, man. He's really, really gonna try to screw this girl and try to have kids with her? At that old age, at 83, 84 years old? He must be taking a shit ton of freaking steroids or something to feel like a young man again, or like 5-hour energy. Is that what he's taking? Or he's taking some sort of like fountain of youth energy, like supplements or some sort of like pill that makes him feel like a 25, 30-year-old dude again instead of 84 almost. So yeah, that's all I've got to say for now. Best of luck to him being a dad. That's the worst part of it. You'll never see them grow like 15, 16, 18 years old. The most he's probably going to see his kid grow is like 10, maybe 12 years old at the most. So he'll never even be there for his teen years. He's going to have one of somebody that's real close to his family members, that's really, really super close. When he treats my brother, that's a really young dude, to take care of that kid when he gets older. That's the only way I can see him, like, unfortunately, being the other half of the other dude's dad, or I was going to have to pass that torch to that dude, whoever it is. That's all I got to say for now. I'm out of here. Links down below. It's crazy, bizarre show. That's it. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen, families, angles, Mortys. See you want to see. Have a good day, every night, wherever around the world. Stay tuned for your content. Go to the game ministries and monitors. Chapter dramas, all the other news topics.